Hello and welcome back everyone. I wanted to do an opening weekend update slash build diary for Explosive Trap Trickster to answer some of the questions I've gotten over the last couple days. This footage is from earlier today. I've been farming a lot of Uber Shaper and Guardians. I missed most of day 2 with some in real life obligations, so I played some catch up on Sunday and yesterday. There's lots of new stuff to touch on, like the Transfigured Gems and Charms, so the video will be a little scattershot. I'll put some links in the timeline if you want to hop around. If you don't yet have a source for Brittle, it's a big source of crit for us. So I made a community post about this, but I wanted to say it in this video also. Galesight is a really nice alternative to an alternating scepter if you're on a budget or maybe just getting started. You hit often enough that you're going to inflict Brittle pretty much every trap. Ignite and Shock can be a big pain in the ass, so what I have done is I rolled Extinguish on my gloves. Now this is about a 10% DPS loss from not using a nerve on hit. However, not being ignited is worth it in my opinion. I'm already insta-phasing bosses. I don't really need more damage, and this is a really nice quality of life. Next, I've been getting a bunch of questions about which Transfigured Gems are useful. Now, the Shrapnel one is absolutely unreal. It is solving all of the clear problems I had with the normal Explosive Trap. You can literally just swap it in for your regular one, and it does just screen-wide, comically large clear. The Magnitude one looks amazing too, but it's going to be a while before I get to experiment with it because it requires doing full conversion. There's no conversion on the gem. I'm expecting to be able to play with that a little bit later in League. Astute observers among you have noticed that I have no gems in my boots, and that's because I'm still using Oath of the Magi, the Warden Ascendancy, and it's made boss rushing very, very efficient. Now, as soon as I can finish the quest line for the Charms guy, I'm going to switch into these, which gives me 6% movement speed per frenzy charge, which is 42%, and enough spell suppress that I get 5 passive points back that I can use to spec into more damage. I'll also say this one's really strong. Increased crit strike chance if you haven't dealt a crit strike recently. We're a trap build, and so you get this all the time. And the ailment removal is also going to be nice. I'm probably going to switch this to a nerve to push damage a little further. There's also some other nice utility charms like Mana Reservation, or if you want more damage, you can get increased base crit at max power charges, which synergizes well with the new Ralakesh. Elemental Penetration is probably the highest single DPS mod, and also if you're using exposure on gloves like I am here, you'll get additional exposure from the Elementalist one. This league, the Tower of Ordeal fragments have turned into this, the Adorned. Captain Lance put out a video on this. It's excellent for solving mana. So I have 2 of these jewels that look just like this and 100% increased effect. I'm probably going to get a higher increased effect and maybe 1 more jewel, and I'll be able to run self-chill without a Mage Blood before super high investment. I'm pretty excited about that. A bunch of you have been messaging me and asking me about my build and how it's set up, and I wanted to give you sort of my roadmap for where I'm going. The next thing I'm going to do probably is craft a Redeemer Stygian with trap throwing speed and damage against chilled, and then I need to finish crafting my scepter. I stopped here because I wanted to rush in Ashes and the Forbidden Flame and Flesh jewels because those are very strong, and I'm expecting the price to increase as League goes on, so I thought getting these early would be a smart investment. And then my next project after that is going to be finishing these Temple Mod gloves and getting 50% conversion to cold on them so that I can save another 5 passive points on my tree. Now, once I get my scepter and gloves crafted, I'll switch into the Restless Ward. Now, this is very cheap on trade right now, but it also provides 4% increased movement speed per frenzy charge. So per frenzy charge, I will be getting 10% increased movement speed combined with these charms, which will more or less offset the loss of self-chill from last league. The Restless Ward also has decent evasion and energy shield rolls, which will give me more than I used to have. It will also provide me 75 life regen per second per endurance charge, which I'll have up all the time thanks to Ralakesh's Impatience. In the meantime, Ultimatum has been absolutely crapping out +2 and +4 gem chests. I grabbed this one off of trade and then I linked it on day 3. It's been a huge raw power increase. However, it's quite a bit squishier than Kintsugi, so only do this if you're okay with not being tanky when you're fighting bosses. But if you're insta-phasing them, I don't find that to be an issue. But again, like, this is a personal preference thing. You should play the build however you would like to. Lastly, I want to say that the response to the build has been overwhelming. So many people have messaged me. I probably looked at 30 or 35 POBs already, and if I haven't had a chance to respond to you or message you back, it's because so many people are, and I'm really sorry, but I'm doing the best that I can. Anyway, I hope that you're having an awesome league, and thanks for all the support, and I'll see you in the next video.